I'm gonna feel really dumb if that's the reason why. I don't know. I guess we'll find out here in a second. See what's going on with YouTube. Oh boy, dude, I'm such a moron. There we are. We're live again. Sorry, guys. I was trying to get on earlier, but apparently I'm just dumb. You got to give me a little bit of grace, though. I would like to say that I'm an autodidact, I guess, if that's the word, but in truth, I'm still not like 100% on this stuff. Still trying my best, still learning. And listen, in all fairness, I've come a really long way, okay? For real. Whenever I first started this stuff, dude, I was talking into my camera. I legitimately look like an old guy that had my camera like this, taking videos like this. Okay. So anyway, welcome back to another episode, the Brass Knuckles Bible Club, episode 24. Like I said, now that we could do lives, definitely going to be doing this a lot more often. The world's just too crazy, man. Too crazy. I did want to get this out though. So listen, I got to give a shout out to my buddy Steve at the Biblical Hitmen. The guy's been riding me for a hot minute, getting on to me, telling me that I gotta expand out to audio, and I didn't want to do it for the longest time just because I knew at that time whenever he was like really getting on to me about it, and I'm glad that he stayed on me about it, but not that I wasn't as committed. I just knew that I didn't have everything. And I don't even just mean like the equipment, but like I wasn't there mentally yet, number one. And number two, um, I, I had the surgery coming up and there was a lot, we had the holidays and all this sounds like a bunch of, excuses and stuff. But really, whenever it comes down to it, um, you know, it was a lot. It was a lot of work. And I knew it was going to be a lot of work. Um, I knew it was going to be tough, and it was. Um, it took me a long while. I'd say probably uh, took about a good week, really, for me to get everything set up. Get everything set up with the extra camera. Get everything set up, with the bookshelf and the lights, and not even just that, but sorry, I got this like way over here. Oh, not even just that, but like trying to get everything squared away. Um, with this new format, this new streaming platform, all this stuff, and really at the time, I didn't know what I was doing. Um, like I said, this is all having to teach myself, really. Um, I ask for advice here and there whenever I can, but for the most part, I mean, nobody's going to do it for me. Nobody's going to do it for me. And, I could easily pay for one of these uh, streaming platform services. I looked into it, you know what I mean? Like the ones that look like they're professionally done. And I would assume that most people that aren't very tech savvy would do that. But the problem with that is the obvious problem with that is that um, you know, I just it's hard. It's hard. It's hard if you don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Um, it's not easy. And if you're like I said, if you're not tech savvy at all, which a lot of these guys they're not really, they're not. They just have a team. Well, you got to have money to have a team, and I ain't got no money. So I ain't got no money. I ain't got no team. I got to learn how to do it myself. All right. It's not banging on my chest. Singing the broke dude blues. That's what I'm doing. So anyway, yeah. So look, we're on audio and we're on video. So I understand that video is not everybody's thing. Okay. And I'm sorry if it seems like I'm yelling a little bit into the microphone. The last live that I did, um, it was just like, dude, I don't know. I don't know what was up with the sound. And I apologize. But you also have to understand that um like when I'm live, when I'm doing this live like I'm doing right now, I don't know what it sounds like yet, you know. And I also didn't know this. I also didn't know that like whenever you like upload a live, you can't like immediately see it whenever you go to somebody's YouTube page. Hence live, right? But it saves. And so then I found, you know, I expected it to just be like right there with all the rest of the videos so that in case if you missed it, and I really got to get with Steve. I got to ask him how he does it because like when he did it, it was like automatic. You know what I mean? If I didn't catch it, then boom, it was already archived under videos, and it was like, you know, literally, it was like it was just another episode if I didn't catch it. You know, because he was doing lives and stuff when I was, you know, still back 100% working calls and stuff, and so like I'd have to pause and I'd have to go like go work a call and then I'd have to, you know, come back and then I'd try to continue and stuff. And if like the live stream had already ended, then, you know, then I had to come back and then, you know, I had to essentially pick up and then I had to find the episode, but the episode always dropped right back in where it was originally. And so that's one of those things where like, dude, I don't, you know, um, I don't know. You know, I don't I don't know. Also, another thing, I don't know why this keeps saying that this is really poor quality. It says that. It says it's poor quality. I don't know why YouTube feels the need to roast me, but you need to get it together, YouTube. Like, hey, I bought top of the line cameras, top of the line laptop, top of the line microphone, YouTube. Okay. Oh, it's poor. Okay. That's what I think of that. All right. Get out of here. Special. You're not special. All right. Um, so anyway, listen, I wish that there was a bunch of other stuff that I could talk to you guys about, but really it's just a lot of ice madness. What's going on right now? That's really what's going on right now. Oh yeah. Sorry. The audio. Okay. So I'm on Spreaker. Okay. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Podchaser. I'm also on Podcast Addict. And soon it's going to be Apple Podcasts. Okay. Soon it's going to be Apple Podcasts. And again, you know, I'm still on YouTube and I'm still on Rumble. I prefer the video. In my honest opinion, you don't get the full experience unless you're watching the video. I mean, video is like kind of the entire reason that I've been doing all this. Okay. Um, but this is naturally like a video podcast. However, okay, it's not everybody's thing. If that's not your shtick, that's fine. If you're like an audio only guy, that's fine. And you know, I kind of get that. I kind of get that. You know what I mean? Because like if I'm out in the yard or whatever, I mean, I'm not going to be watching my stuff. If I'm like cutting the grass, just put the buds in, put my ears, you know, put my show on, you know, put on Biblical Hitman or you know whatever it is that I'm listening to, and then I just go, dude. I just go. So if audio is the way you want to go, I'm on Spotify, I'm on Spreaker, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, and the reason for those lesser known ones, oh, and what's the other one? Deezer. Deezer is another one. Um, the reason why the other ones sound a little bit archaic is because those are for like primarily for Android. Okay. So we got you for Apple and we got you for the Android weirdos. If you're one of the Android weirdos, you're not special. Okay. I don't know why every single Android user, they're like cultists. I don't know. and they just like, oh man, you're one of those Apple people, bleh. You know, and they just talk to you like there's some high elf. But guess what? You ain't special. You're not special. Okay, you just don't want to pay the money for an apple. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm on audio, and yeah, so really, right now, I mean, I wish that there was some other stuff to go over with you guys. It's really not. It's really just more Romans 1 insanity. But I'm going to be going over it with you guys. So, coming up first tonight, we have, oh boy. And you know, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think, yeah, that's what I needed to do. So, silly me, I didn't really think about this last time. Um, you know, in my last episode, Don Lemon was going cray cray, super super loud, and I didn't sound very loud at all, and I didn't know why because, like a dummy, I had the volume blasting through the rafters, and you know, for me, it just like you could barely hear me. You could barely hear me, and so that's probably why. That's why. Okay. Um, but yeah, here we are again. Here we are again. Imagine that. So they had well, I mean, I'll just show you. They had massive demonstrations, and these are supposedly uh more activists. Activists, yes. Okay. Um Listen, I don't live there in Minneapolis, okay, but I know a little something, okay, about law and order and enforcing laws. And you guys are making this a lot more complicated than it needs to be. A lot more complicated. It ain't got to be all this. And like I said before, you guys have lost the plot. Like, you guys are very quickly going to be finding yourselves as the agitators here. And so this is clergy here, out here in front of this airport, supposedly. So we're gonna see what's going on with these guys.
Out at the airport, and we found out that police actually arrested about 100 people there. It was a bit of a chaotic scene, and that of course was a cause for concern, especially for travelers and for security. Ian Russell is live at the airport right now with more on exactly what happened out there. Ian?
Yeah, well, Jennifer, it's kind of business as usual here at MSP right now. It's obviously kind of a far cry from what it looked like earlier this morning. There was a large crowd of people across from the main doors here at Terminal 1 at MSP calling and demanding for ICE to leave the state and calling for some airlines to stand in solidarity with them.
What does that have anything to do with the airport? Guys, what does that have anything to do with the airport? Nothing. Who is texting right now? Oh, it's Steve. Hey, Steve. What's going on, bud? Turn that down. Anyway, guys, this doesn't have nothing to do. This has nothing to do with the airport. Nothing to do with it.
Them. Despite the cold, Mother Nature couldn't keep this crowd from making their voices heard. Led by local clergy members, protesters stood outside Terminal 1 at MSP this morning, singing and praying as they called for ICE activity to stop in Minnesota. According to organizers, the demonstration was part of the larger efforts Friday to call for ICE to leave the state. They also demanded that airlines, including Delta and Signature Aviation, stand in solidarity, adding that by their estimations, an estimated 2,000 people have been deported through MSP.
I have to stand up for democracy, I have to stand up for rights, I have to stand up for human dignity.
No. No, that is not your job. Your job is to spread the gospel. Your job is to tend to your flock. That's your job. Stay in your lane.
Right? So that's why I came.
Some we spoke with say they flew in to be here.
Do you see this lady's sash? Don't look very official.
Saying this message has to be heard.
We have people that now are afraid just because of the color of their skin to walk down the street.
If they're here illegally, yeah. Romans 13.
That's not the United States of America.
That's Romans 13.
Can't be.
Organizers say roughly 100 clergy members were arrested, loaded onto school buses by police.
Why were they putting themselves on the line to be arrested? Because sometimes that's what you need to do in order
No, and you accomplish nothing.
to get real change and to really call attention.
This as protests continued at the Whipple Federal Building. A law enforcement van was damaged.
Now, I'm going to finish playing. Clergy are damaging vehicles. I'm not going to assume. I'm going to assume that was probably a one-off, a jerk that just kind of, snuck in. But, yeah, we need to clarify that.
Causing the Hennepin County Sheriff's Department to order the crowd to disperse. A cold day full of demonstrations calling for ICE to go home.
Everybody thinks getting arrested is the worst thing in the world. Actually, the worst thing is the way that people are being treated.
No, one of the worst things in the world is having your daughter stabbed to death by an illegal alien and then raped. That's probably one of the worst things in the world. That's pretty bad. Especially whenever you're not supposed to be here. Listen, I don't understand what the problem is. Everybody wants to make a big deal about this. You literally cannot do this anywhere else in the world. Nowhere. I can't just sneak into Korea, South Korea. You ain't even got to be North Korea. I can't just sneak into South Korea and start acting a fool and breaking their laws and expect nothing to happen. I'm going to get arrested. And when I get arrested, they're going to deport me. It's the same everywhere. It's the same in Russia. It's the same in France. It's the same in Britain. It's the same everywhere. Literally every other country on the entire planet. You screw around, you sneak in, you get booted out. There's nothing new about this. It's just only in America does everybody feel like we have to be the ones to take everybody in. We're the exception. But at the same time, we're the worst. We're the worst country on the planet. These people are walking, talking contradictions. There's nothing consistent about these people. Nothing. There's zero consistency.
Now, a spokesperson for the MAC says that the group actually did have a permit to be out here protesting, but once they went past what that permit was actually for, that's when police were brought in to remove the crowd for access to the terminal and security, things like.
Yeah, you can't block roadways. You can't do that. You can't impede transit. And that's what you're doing. When people have flights they got to make and they can't get through because you goobers are in the roadway, yes. Now you're extending beyond what it is that you're permitted to do. Now you have gone outside of your constitutional right to peacefully assemble. Now, granted, I understand that this is not like the same thing that was, in the church. Whenever they busted in and Don Lemonhead was coming in and barging in on the pastor and that one other goofball, okay, Stolen Valor, okay, DeWoke Farmer, that guy, Army Pogue that got kicked out, Stolen Valor, I'm Antifa. Pay me to agitate Nazis. Dude, I don't know where this guy's getting funded. He's like, dude, it's ridiculous the amount of funding that this guy gets. His videos suck, by the way. I've got way more views on my videos. Ain't none of y'all giving me none of the money that he's getting. All right? I say that in jest, but dude, like, this guy literally gets paid to be a schmuck. He's a jerk. And he just goes around and acting like a schmuck to everybody. Disrupting church services. The guy's been arrested, I don't know how many times now. And hopefully now this kind of sticks. These people are ridiculous, man. Sorry, I'm not trying to get caught up, but like, dude, let's go.
That spokesperson tells me that the 100 people that were arrested were issued misdemeanor citations for trespassing and failure to comply with a peace officer.
Yeah.
Jennifer.
And we know too, Ian, some of them have since been released. Thank you.
Yeah, no shocker there. Anyway, I just got to take a break from all that stuff. That stuff gets me. That's so annoying. That stuff is utterly annoying. But people don't want to listen. What's crazy to me is that we're like in the midst of this historic winter storm that's coming. I talked to a buddy of mine who lives up north, and dude, he's saying that Costco's are getting wiped out. And he's just trying to get supplies, trying to get water, trying to get all this other stuff. And then you got these ding-dongs out here doing what? Hey, hey, ho, ho, ICE has got to go while they're trying to jam up the airport. Yeah, dude, you got to get a move on, man. You can't do that. You can't do that. Go stand on the street corner away from everybody, hold up your sign, do your stupid chants, and then, whenever you want to go home, go home. Okay? It's that simple. There you go. You want your voice heard? That's how you get your voice heard. Okay? Romans 13. No, it's not about being disobedient. Romans 13. Mr. Clergyman, maybe you should brush up. You're a hireling. Oh, boy. Yeah. I mean, look at these guys right here. This is all they want. They're professional victims. And this guy right here in the green coat, that guy right, sorry, not him. Woo, 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 woo. Diagonal. Okay. The guy on the far right. Yeah. He was there the other day. Here he is again. He just they just love it. And they don't film the entire interaction in its entirety. They don't. Because the full context would show them acting like a bunch of jagoffs, okay? And then getting what they get. If you don't comply, okay, eventually you're going to be placed under arrest. When a cop tells you to back up and you don't back up and you try to actively resist, which, by the way, you guys need to get your definitions right. Apparently, you guys don't know what active resistance is. Okay? So when you guys try to push a cop and then you get a Cheeto bomb in your face, a chili Cheeto bomb in your face, this is what happens. And this is 100%, by the way, 100% voluntary. I can tell you, I can actually, I can let you in on a secret. I know of a secret formula that will work 100% of the time. For the guys that don't like ice, listen to me. For the guys that don't like ice, I'm going to let you guys know, okay, on a little insider law enforcement secret right here, okay? Pay attention. We're going to zoom in, okay? Pay attention because I'm going to give you the goods here, okay? You want to know how to get around that? I'm going to tell you how to get around that. You might be thinking, maybe I should put on a face shield. Hey, maybe I should put on glasses. Maybe I should put on the little face visor thing that they made us wear in COVID. Okay? No. I'll tell you one thing that works better than all that. Okay? And you don't have to worry about that at all anymore. Okay? You ready? You ready? You listening? You listening? When the cop tells you to back up or tells you to leave, here's what you do. Beat it. Beat it. Go home. Ask me how many times I got pepper sprayed in the face today. 0. That's how many times. Okay? And it's not even about being a bootlicker. Getting sprayed in the face, 100% voluntary. You guys are playing games, dude. I guess you just like it. Are you just bored? Is that it? Is this just boredom? There you go. Yeah, there we go. We got the green Batman gas. Get out. Yeah, and you know what's so funny about this? So, like, that might sound and look awful. Sorry, I got a neighbor that's like, he's got more bass than he knows what to do with. And so, you know what's the hilarious part about this right here? Not that, getting gassed is fun, because it's not. It's not fun. I've been gassed many, 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 many times. Not a fan. Not a fan. Not on my top 3 things that I would want to do on a Friday night. I'll be honest with you. Okay. But this is, I actually have the other video, and we watched the other video the other night. This is a continuation of that video. Okay. So just in case that you think that this are like 2 unrelated videos, they're not. So there's so much chaos that these people, what the F? You know what I mean? They don't know what's going on. And so all they know is, hey, could you imagine if you're just like the guy that just showed up? This is like your first ICE protest, and you're really just here because the hot emo chick wanted you to come, and you just you thought you were going to be able to score. So you showed up, and you have no idea what's going on, and the next thing you know, you're getting gassed. That would suck, but I guarantee you that's happened to at least one guy. I guarantee you. Full context. They're not going to show you the full context, but full context is that they were warned several times that they needed to back up and that they needed to leave because there was a convoy that was going on the other side, and they wanted to get stupid. One of the guys got detained. Main guy got out and said, "Hey, I'm going to gas. I'm going to gas." He gave him 3 warnings. They didn't want to listen. Pop smoke. Like, again, we want to be... Everybody wants to be a gangster until it's time to do gangster stuff. Yeah. And the funny thing is the guy's screaming like, listen, dude, this isn't Iran. Okay. This isn't chlorine gas. Okay. Makes your eyes a little itchy. Makes your neck hairs a little itchy. Okay. You're itchy. All right. Makes your eyes watery. And it's not fun to breathe. That's it. Okay. You guys aren't getting poisoned. All right. It's an irritant. It's what it is. And it's designed to get you to move. And look, you're moving. No one was shot. Right? You know, in one of these other videos that I saw, somebody said, "Why do you have real bullets?" Huh? You think cops are rolling around with fake bullets? Or you just assume that everyone just has a paintball gun and rubber bullets? Like this is like literally this is the level of intelligence that we're dealing with here. And it's just like if they just had one friend. If they had one friend. You know, I had a friend like that. He's not my friend anymore. Ironically, he's like a flaming lib now, okay? Him and his wife now, okay? They just like totally dove off the left-hand bridge, okay? But he was my best friend growing up. And he was that one kid that was like, "Hey, man, hey, maybe we shouldn't do that. It doesn't sound like a very good idea, man." And it's not that I was a troublemaker. It's just that, you know, he was a good friend. He was a good friend. You know, you need one guy like that. And apparently, none of these people have not one friend. You know, some people look, "Oh, come on, don't be a scaredy cat." Not one of these people had one scaredy cat friend. If they did, they could have avoided a lot of this. And this guy screaming around, "You hide from us." All these guys are like 16. And these people right here, like this guy right here, you see him with he just wants the most dramatic picture that he can possibly find. That's all he wants. Because they have a narrative. And all these people are being paid. They're getting paid. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And you know, the other night I was wondering, I'm like, I don't understand, why are they slow rolling? You know, my wife pointed out she made a good point, and she was like, I think they're probably looking for someone. That's probably true. It's probably true. They were probably right around the area, probably looking for somebody. And, you know, they got all these dinglewads following them, you know, like this guy with the strap right here. This is the guy with the blue shirt and the strap. He's the one that keeps saying, "They gassing American citizens." That's the guy that keeps saying that. He's also the one that was like, don't breed the green stuff. Yeah, don't breed the green stuff. It's no bueno.
What's your name, dumbass? What's your name? Why are you fucking doing?
So I used to be on the SWAT team, my last department. And one of the guys, he's retired now. But this guy was like all about gas training. And I'm not even talking about just like using gas. I'm talking about on the new guys, like on the new SWAT team members. And so one of the things that whenever I was new on the team there, and you know, I'd been gassed numerous times in the Marine Corps. It doesn't matter though. It like every time you do it, it doesn't matter. It cleans you out. It's not fun. But he had this game that you know, he would take us into a tent, and he wanted this was part of our gas training or whatever, but just as kind of like this, I wouldn't even call it. It's not hazing. It was just kind of like this fun thing that he wanted to do to see who could stay in there the longest. Is he had like a TP tent that he filled with this gas, right? And it's all CS gas. It's all this stuff right here. It's all this, you know, tear gas. And dude, it's one thing, okay, when you're in an open field. Like out here, it's just really spicy. That's it. I mean, honestly, I've done this a million times. I've breathed it with a gas mask. I've breathed it without one. It's not fun, okay? I'm not, in no way am I saying that this is fun. Like nobody's frolicking through CS gas, okay? It's not fun. But it's totally different when it's outside and it's freezing, okay? And it's cold. This stuff makes you really hot, okay? It ain't that bad, okay? If I had the choice of, do I want to stand under a tent in the Florida heat and the Florida humidity under a tent and then pop one of these CS grenades, and then have this thing billowing into my face and then making me through a deck of cards onto the ground. I can't even see. It's so thick. It's so smoky. I can't even see. Okay. But I have to sit there and I have to look. Okay. And I'm trying to, and he wants me and the other people to pick up these poker cards and play poker, and whoever has the best hand can get out of the tent. Dude, really special. Let me tell you something. That was awful. And I'm going to tell you why that was awful. Because I suck at poker. I'm awful. Don't ever take me to Vegas. You ever want to go to Vegas? Hey, you ever want to go to Vegas and you want to lose all your money? Take me with you. Okay? Take me with you. I will lose everything. Not only will we end up losing all our money, you'll end up owing people money. That's how bad I am. I don't gamble. I suck. I'm that bad. Okay? But I just guessed. I had no idea what I was doing. And apparently, I had the best hand. But did I tell them this? Listen, I'm telling it now, and I'm out myself on live because I don't work for that department no more. But I totally winged it. I guessed. was about as close as I could to lying, I guessed. And you know what? And whenever I walked out of there, dude, I played it off so cool. Like I totally meant to do it. Like I was the Mac Daddy. Okay. Yeah, that was me. But guess what? Dude, I had no idea what I was doing. And that was awful.
What is that, Private Pile?
That was awful. I don't know who even comes up with that. But he thought it was a great idea. And you know what? I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. Never forget it. That 10 zillion times worse than this in the snow. This is annoying, no doubt. It'll definitely clear you out. I can tell you that. Dude, this is 10,000 times better than any kind of Claritin D that you'll ever have. If you had a sinus headache, go get gassed. Instantly gone. I promise. By the way, if you're a protester, I'm just going to say this. I don't know if this is just like a vocal stem for you guys, but like cuss words like don't hurt our feelings. Cuss words do not hurt normal people's feelings. Number one. Number two, they don't hurt cops' feelings. Okay, so I don't know if you just need to say this because you need to say this, like a vocal stem or something. But literally no one's scared of you. No one. Okay?
Fucking cowards!
I'd say probably the most annoying thing is probably these whistles. I don't know what's with the whistles. Just for the appearance of the fact of being annoying. Oh, there we go. Oh, really? Oh, this guy? Dude, you're about to get a mouthful, man. You might want to close your mouth, dude. Yeah, that is one spicy Pop-Tart, dude. You need to close that. You need to close that mouth, man. I wouldn't be getting that close to a guy with a big old can of bear mace. Okay. I mean, would you be scared of that? No. Okay.
Fuck you! You fuck off! You don't belong here! You don't fucking belong here!
This is America? Are you kidding me?
Okay. Somebody dropped a PMAG, unfortunately. That sucks, dude. Those things are like $30. Hopefully it's not the one with the window. If it's the one that's got the window on it, dude, that's like $45. Okay. Listen, sorry. I have to.
Oh my God, guns!
Okay. Found a magazine.
Do you want me to
This is not offensive. Okay? When you look, dude. These activists, man.
Another activist, McGuire.
Activist. Yes.
Oh, man. Listen, for all you activists out here, come up with another word. Listen, you know, every now and then, I actually hear a really good insult. I've actually stopped people before, people that I've dealt with. And I go, you know what? You're still under arrest. But I gotta hand it to you, dude. Like, I've never heard that before. And some of them were really funny. But when you say the same thing, why are you a Nazi? Nazi, Nazi. Why are you a Nazi? Nazi, you're a Nazi, fascist, Nazi, fascist. Like, you're literally the embodiment of the NPC meme. Okay? You're an NPC. I mean, there's that's it. There's nothing special about you. Dude, be unique. You guys are all carbon copies. All of them.
Activist, yes.
You're boring. You're like the most boring activists ever.
Get out of here, you Nazi fucking scum!
Get out of here, you Nazi. It's literally the same thing over and over and over again. No one's afraid of you. No one. Or just keep saying it. You know what I mean? Like, it's whatever. You're not getting the hint. It's just boring. You guys are boring.
Get the fuck out! Get the fucking out! Get the fuck out!
Oh, he looks upset. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, dude. Well, let's see what's going on live.
More to the right side. Right. I'm not here to counter.
So this is going on live, apparently. So you're watching somebody else's live feed on my live feed. But it's not. It's pre-recorded. So why does it say
for the
live?
content?
I know. This is 6 hours and 44 minutes. Nice devil.
I don't want any bag of shit. I'm conservative. I have a very strong Christian belief.
This guy's conservative.
Go with my religion. But I believe
I guess that's probably a good, you know, now that I think about it, that's probably a good, that's probably a good way to blend in. Really. I mean, if you want to document all this stuff, I mean, just dress up like one of them and just walk in. I mean, if you're wearing one of those, like, I wouldn't even really say like a devil mask. If you're wearing stuff that looks like you're from like the Purge, then yeah, I don't see why they would suspect anything of you. Okay, so that's what we got going over here. Oh, we got more live stuff. What's going on over here? See, there's somebody behind this. There's somebody behind this. There's money behind this. You know, they might be a bunch of ragtag, misfits, but somebody is funding this. A lot of money. A lot of money. And so this actually reminds me of something that I actually wanted to talk to you guys about. You know, I don't have the exact clip, or maybe I could pull it up. Maybe I can pull it up. So excuse me for a second. You're probably going to see, I'm just going to keep you right here. And I'm going to look up, hold on. Sorry, hold on, guys. There was a video that I saw last week that I wanted to. Okay.
Porzano went and parked around the block after idling.
Okay. All right. So check it out, guys. So here's the deal. Okay. So this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about, and we're gonna go over it, but you need to pay attention to me, okay? I wanted to get a message out, and I wanted to get this out to Matt Walsh. Okay. Listen, I know I'm small time, I'm nobody or whatever, but if anybody can get this out to Matt Walsh or get this out to anybody bigger, okay, get this out to anybody who will actually listen. I'm a TikToker, aspiring YouTuber, small YouTuber. I got a decent size on TikTok. But listen, here's the message that I wanted to get out to Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh put out a clip about a week ago talking about how he infiltrated this undercover chat group, okay, that was one of these groups that was organizing some of these anti-ICE protests, okay? And one of the formats, and he's going to explain it, and I'm going to break it down, okay? I don't want to lead too much, but that's what he's going to talk about, and then I'm going to tell you what I have to say, and then I'm hoping that somebody can share this, send this somewhere else, and this clip specifically, okay, I'm going to chop this up, and this needs to go out. And if somebody could do me a favor, tag Matt Walsh, tag Daily Wire, tag whoever that's actually got a sizable, like, who actually has a sizable following that can get this out. I'm stay with me, okay? Stay with me.
For a few minutes. Then somebody replies, I'm at Porzano right now. And someone else chimes in, sending to Porzano staff now. Porzano's a steakhouse in Minneapolis. And apparently these losers called them last night because they saw a car with tinted windows that was just parked nearby. That's it. That's the threshold for highly suspicious activity for these lunatics. They're barricading themselves inside restaurants and running across the city because they see a car with tinted windows idling for a few minutes. It would be entertaining if these people weren't genuinely, obviously unhinged. This is mass psychosis. And again, it's well organized. In addition to the dispatch system, the leftists are using a procedure called Salute to standardize the way that they report ICE activity to the large.
Pay attention to this. Pay attention.
Larger group. As you can see here, a salute is an acronym. They want their foot soldiers to report with the number of vehicles and agents, what the agents are doing, where they are, what they're wearing, what time they were seen, and what equipment they have. And additionally, according to the salute system, anti-ICE foot soldiers are supposed to specify what they want their comrades to do.
Okay. This is the part that I was waiting on. Listen. Okay. The salute report. That is straight from the Marine Corps Infantry Field Training Manual. I am a combat veteran of the United States Marine Corps, an 0311 infantry rifleman, 2 deployments, one to Musa Kala and one to Kajaki, Afghanistan. And I did, and then I did contracting work for Triple Canopy afterwards. And I'm telling you, okay, for those of you that don't know the difference and that thinks that military is all the same, we're not the same, okay? There's combat arms and then there's non-combat arms. There's support arms, okay? All right. Combat arms, infantry, special forces, okay? I was in the infantry. Mission of the Marine Corps Rifle Squad: to locate, to close with, destroy the enemy by fire and maneuver, repel the enemy assault by fire and close combat, okay? Salute report. A salute report is the internal comms, the method that we would use over the radio, speaking to other units, whether we were out on a foot patrol and we were communicating back to our COC, our Command Operations Center, okay? Normally at a FOB, okay? Forward Operating Base, usually a smaller one. Okay, this is Marine Corps, remember? All right, so we're a lot smaller. So we're way out in the middle of nowhere in Afghanistan, okay? And a salute report is basically whenever we would see enemy troops, we would have to come over the radio. Stand by for salute report. Standing by. Size, activity, location, uniform, okay? Time, equipment, and support if they have any. Salutes or salute S. Size, activity, location, uniform, time, and equipment. Now, this isn't exactly Black Ops stuff, okay? This isn't like, somebody cracked the Matrix and they were able to get this off of a CIA SAD group server, okay? But here's the point that I'm trying to get at. The point that I'm trying to get at is that someone, I don't know who, I'm not saying it's the guy that gave it to him, but either somebody was an infantry marine, knows an infantry marine, dated an infantry marine, is related to an infantry marine, okay, or somehow got their hands on one of their field manuals. Could it be the same for the Army? Sure. I can tell you for 100,000%, during Operation Enduring Freedom, when I was forward deployed in Afghanistan, that is exactly what we used. A salute report. Now, granted, these guys are nowhere near well-trained as Marines, obviously. But that's not the point. The point's a little scarier. The point is floating the idea that possibly, somebody broke bad. I'm not saying the guy that organized it did. I'm not saying the guy that run the group did. I'm not even saying that a Marine's even involved. But I'm saying at the very least, somebody got their hands on a training manual. An actual field training manual. Now, you couple that with these anarchist cookbook types and, listen, There's books all over the place that you can get this kind of information from, and I get it. It's like I said, this isn't groundbreaking stuff, but that's that. The fact that there's an infantry element to this, it's a little creepy. It made the hair on the back of my neck stand up whenever I heard that the other day. Okay? And I've been there, done that. Got the KIA bracelets and everything. Got my unit patch and everything. Unit emblem. The 1-8 spearhead. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I got a car. Combat action ribbon. Take it for what it's worth, man. Listen, I'm not a Delta Force guy, but I'll tell you what. I know what I'm talking about. And that's kind of creepy, dude. I don't like that. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. I don't know where this dude got this from. But wherever he got it from, he's the face of the PSYOP. I don't even know. Shilia Loon. Sorry, I missed you, Shilia Loon. He's the face of the PSYOP. BS. Whatever that means. But yeah. So. Crazy, man. It's crazy stuff, dude. I don't like that. Not at all. Sorry, I wish I would have seen your chat a little bit sooner, but yeah. So I don't know. Make of it what you will, man. Make of it what you will. More ice madness. Now we got postal workers that are supposedly, getting involved. Not sure what postal workers have anything to do with this.
Ice out! Protect our routes! Get ice out! Protect our routes! Get ice out! Protect our routes! Ice out now! 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 Ice out now!
I got the One Piece. Mildly uneventful. Oh, that's nice.
Ice out now! 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 Ice out now!
Look, I've said this time and time again. Look, dude, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. All right. It's all these activists.
Activists, yes.
I say that in jest, but like for real. If this stuff really bothers you and you want to get out and you want to make your voice heard, I support that 100%. 100%. I support, look, dude, I hang my hat on the Bill of Rights. Okay? But you actually have to know the limitations of those rights. They do have limits. They don't just extend forever and ever and ever. And the people that busted in that church are learning the hard way. Okay? Your rights end where another's begins. Okay? You can't infringe on other people's rights to exercise your rights. It's not how that works. Okay? And also, at the end of the day, like, we have laws. Okay? We have laws. I mean, in no way, shape, or form would anybody be mistaken at this podcast. Just looking at the setup here. Okay? it should be pretty evident that I'm for the rule of law, common sense law too. Okay. And this flag over here is for keeping the peace. Okay. Keeping the peace, keeping law and order. That is to defend the homeland and exercising your rights. Okay. I truly, truly hang my hat on the Bill of Rights. You know, like I've said this before, okay? You can't really see it. But this is a KIA bracelet, okay? Might just look like a silver band to you, okay? But it's personal to me. It's personal to me because I actually have all the names of the Marines that died, okay? In my unit when we were deployed in Afghanistan. All of their names are ghosted into this. On the inside of this, okay, there's also an inscription. You have to look at it in a special way in the light, and then you can actually see it, okay? In other words, if you're just glancing at it, it just looks like a silver bracelet, okay? But it says, let my life be worthy of their sacrifices, okay? Now, here's where I'm getting at with this, is that I lost a lot of friends, okay? I lost a lot of friends. I've been to way too many funerals, way too many. More than I care to remember. Okay. That both died overseas and over here. Okay. And I can tell you that every single one of us believed in that. We believed in exercising your rights. And so if you want to protest, do your thing, dude. Do your thing. Now, just like you have the First Amendment to go out and say, hey, hey, ho, ho, ICE has got to go, and say whatever other goofy stuff that you want to say, okay? I have the First Amendment right to laugh at you, okay? You have the right to call people pigs and fascists and Nazis and all this other stuff. I have the right to laugh at you, okay? But like this, what they're doing right here, this right here, this is fine, whatever. As long as you got a permit, as long as you're not like throwing stuff and breaking stuff and impeding traffic and doing all this other stuff. I mean, look at this. They're marching with their signs and they're doing their chants.
ICE out now. I've seen them on my route. Some of my customers have reported that they're trying to break into the apartment buildings, and a couple of my customers have told me that they've been attacked and tackled at a local shopping center. And these people are by and large citizens and immigrants.
By and large citizens. I don't know what that means. You're either a citizen or you're not, but whatever. You get the point. Yeah, it's like, that's fine, dude. You want to do that? Whatever, man. Do your thing. I just, you know, it's when you get past that, you know, everything just goes bad, dude. It just goes bad, you know? And it's, you know, and then you lose the plot, and then you lost the plot, and then the next thing you know, you and all your buddies are zip tied, and you're breathing in green gas, you know, and hopefully, I don't know, maybe somebody got a cool magazine cover of you, of, you know, snot and tears rolling down your face and stuff. But other than that, like, dude, like, what's the benefit? What's the benefit? I mean, you're getting money, of course. Somebody's got to be funding this. Somebody's funding this. I mean, that one guy, DeWoke Farmer, the guy that was like, yeah, I'm Antifa, blah, 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 right? And then, like, literally the next day, the dude's getting wrapped up, okay? Telling, you know, AG Pam Bondi to screw herself and, you know, come and get me. And then it's like Borat, where he's like, la, 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 you will never get this. And then guess what? He get this.
Did you hear what I said?
Okay. So, like, you know, when you're doing that, you're you're way off the reservation. Any kind of like legitimacy that you would have had for your movement, you just pissed it down your leg. You just pissed it down your leg. And then now we have this over here. You know, I don't know what Target has anything to do with.
Protest of immigration operations across the state.
They started outside in downtown Minneapolis before heading to the Target Center. Our Alex Jokic followed along and has the latest.
You can see it's a packed crowd here inside Target Center. I'm told thousands of people are here for the Ice Out rally. We talked to a lot of the folks here and at the march before this. One of the women told me she's battling cancer and a lot of her nurses are Somali.
And I wouldn't have survived without them. And then Trump just says, we don't want these people here. And how dare he?
I'm going to pose a simple question. Okay? Nobody's taking away your zeal or your cancer survivorness. Okay? Trump says dumb things all the time. Here's the thing. Your nurses, Somali or not, okay? Are they illegal immigrants? Doubt it. I don't know. I don't know how you would become a nurse. But then again, I don't know how you would become a congresswoman either. Okay? Well, I mean, we have Ilhan Omar, so like I don't know how we'd become a Congress member anyway. So maybe I just need to shut up. Special. I'll shut up. But they probably don't need to worry. And we're just blowing past all of these child sex predators and all these stuff that they're, I mean, like they're arresting bad people by the thousands. The thousands. You guys are just acting like they're just like pointing at people and then just like beating them up and then stuffing them in vans and then driving away. Like, first of all, they have case files on all these people. Okay? They're not just snatching people up. They know exactly who they're looking for. These are federal agents. Federal agents. Okay? City cops don't even do this. All right? County sheriffs don't even do this. We don't just like roll around and then, you know, Jean-Claude Van Damme somebody's door in and then just start wrapping people up and stuffing them into our cars and taking off. That's not how this works. Okay? But in their like field, immigration and customs enforcement, if they're a legal immigrant, or they're on a work visa or anything like that, if as long as they are not an illegal alien, no one's got to worry. And your nurses don't have to worry either. Fear-mongering. And not based in fact at all. Okay? Check the chat real quick. Sorry, I meant to text you back. Julia Bunn. No kidding. Anyway, yeah, so.
Minnesotans come out to stand up for their neighbors.
Take a look at those crowds. This Ice Out rally started at the Commons outside U.S. Bank Stadium around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Despite negative 20 wind chill, I would estimate thousands of people showed up for that in full winter gear with hand warmers, snow pants, the whole works. They were out there for almost an hour chanting and then marching to Target Center. It almost felt like a party here. People were greeted by a live band and then a DJ inside the arena, followed by an hour-long program. It's all part of a statewide day of solidarity. Organizers promoted no work, no school, no
immigrants.
Shopping to show what they call collective economic power. They say 700 businesses committed to closing for the day, but there are also shops staying open. Some saying they can't afford to shut down, especially during an already slow time of the year. Others, like Senti in Edina, are open and donating all proceeds for the day to the Immigrant Law Center.
It's a very
The Legal Immigrant Law Center or the Illegal Immigrant Law Center?
thoughtful decision. There's no training manual for something like this, and
Yeah, there is, apparently. Marine Corps Infantry Field Manual. Salute report.
I think it really just comes down to following my gut and intuition.
The program here at the rally inside Target Center includes faith leaders, speakers from national labor unions, and then messages from immigrants who have had their own experiences with ICE. We'll have much more over at KSTP.com. In Minneapolis, Alex Jokic.
Okay. Well, I mean, we could go on and on, but like you get the point. You get the point. So look. Sorry guys, I wish there was a little bit more to talk about. But that's really all the craze right now. Look, people just need to calm down, okay? Calm down. All joking aside, relax, breathe, okay? If you're all worked up into a tizzy, go outside. Go outside, walk around, okay? Go for a jog, all right? This is... There's one other thing that, you know, I don't like this, and I'll tell you why I don't like this, and it has nothing to do with, you know, people like protesting. I don't care. Whatever, okay? I know that this is going to set the precedent for Palantir. It's the same thing with LA. Whenever LA was getting crazy and the Marines had to go out into LA, I'm telling you guys, listen to me. I'm telling you, you guys that get way too carried away with this stuff and you guys like attack ICE agents and like attack their vehicles and like that one ding dong Latin King found out the hard way breaking into an FBI vehicle and like stealing their rifle and stuff. You guys that get way emotionally swept up in this stuff and then carried way the hell away, you need to understand something. They will catch you. They will find you. Don't misunderstand me, okay? I'm not even saying that I want them to. What I'm telling you is that the technology now, the face mapping now, okay, the AI now, they already know who you are. They know who you are. They know where you live. They know what you eat. They know your schedule. They know who you're sleeping with. They know whether you're sleeping with your wife or if you're not sleeping with your wife. They know everything about you. And these guys, you think that incognito mode on this guy right here is going to save you? I'm telling you, man, one of my friends, I got quite a few friends that are detectives, and the things that they can do with a computer are scary. And I'm talking about like a local police department. I'm not talking about crazy FBI stuff, okay? I'm not talking about like crazy CIA, NSA stuff. But rest assured, you will be identified. They will find you. If you cross that line, they will identify you. They will find you, okay? And you are going to have to pay the consequences for your actions, your decisions, whatever it is. Whether it's you're just arrested on like trespassing or or whatever. Look at Don Lemonhead, that ding dong that thought that it was okay to just just storm into a church. He thought he was just trespassing. He had no idea he was breaking federal law. Okay, those people are getting charged federally. You want to screw yourself and you want to ruin your life? Get carried away with this stuff. It's your life, dude. You want to throw it in the trash? Go ahead. But I'm telling you, it's not even just to be cynical. It's not to be a bootlicker or anything like this. Like I said, look, dude, you want to march outside in the freezing cold and you want to hold your sign, you go, hoo, hoo, rah, rah, hey, hey, ho, ho, ICE has got to go. Do what you got to do. Whatever, man. Get it out of your system. But you cross that line, they're going to get you. And not only that, like I said, you are building justification. This is like the Patriot Act times 1,000. When Palantir rolls out, okay, we're all screwed. And you're going to be the horse that it rode in on. Mark my words. I don't care if you're left or right. I don't care if you got green hair or you're normal. Nobody wants Palantir. You especially. I'm telling you, it's best to just leave them alone. Let them do their job. Leave them alone. If you don't like it, whatever. Disagree from a distance. But you guys are rolling this out, and you're giving the government justification to do so. And it's going to end up turning around and biting all of us in the butt. All of us. And once it's there, we ain't getting rid of it. See, whenever you give the government power, they never give it back. That's what you guys don't get. Okay?
Did you hear what I said?
They never give it back. So you guys want to kick and scream and throw your tantrums, go ahead, man. Just understand that this is what you're doing. You don't even know. You have no idea. It's all bad, man. It's bad news bears, dude. But hey, man. Well, I know. I'm just a boomer, right? Anyway. So listen, guys. If you haven't already done so, go ahead, click subscribe. Subscribe on here. Like I said, I'm on here. I'm on Rumble. Okay, those are the video platforms. If you haven't already done so, I'm out of Facebook, Alcatraz. Head on over to Facebook. Okay, Ronan Bledsoe. It's me. It's my face, my older face. Okay, I got a thin blue line filter over it. Go ahead and add me over there. Official BKBC podcast on Instagram. Official BKBC podcast on what do you call it? TikTok. Go add me on TikTok. Like I said, we're on audio now. All right. We're on Spreaker. We're on Spotify. We're on Podchaser. We're on Deezer. We're on Podcast Addict. We're on Apple. We're on Android. Whatever. Okay. So we're going to have a lot more stuff to come. And I am going to be doing another special, I guess you could say, because it's, like I said, a lot's going on in the world, but I'm also going to be getting back to what we were talking about, false religion. Next episode I'm doing, going to be covering is going to be on voodoo. Hoodoo you voodoo. All right, guys, listen, love all you, and have a good night. See you soon. See you on the next episode.